Today we are going to be playing my home 18-hole course with just a tilt.
Hole 1, par 3, 228 feet. It's straight downhill, so it plays more like 175. Stable putter or a forehand mid-range are the two most popular plays on this hole. Got about a 30-foot putt right here. There's a par. Hole 2, par 3, 215 feet. You must clear this first fence off your tee shot. After that, over any fence is out of bounds. The basket is just to the right of that oak tree on the right.
Forehand's probably the best play. If you do not clear this fence on your first shot, it's a penalty, and you have to go to the drop zone, which is about 100 feet away. So it's kind of a little bit like an island hole. Probably another 30-footer. Birdie.
Hole 3, par 3, 217 feet. The basket is just behind that giant tree on the left, so the play is going to be throwing a straight skipping shot just underneath that branch, and the basket is just behind that tree right there. And if you do manage to throw some crazy skip shot and go over the fence, that is out of bounds.
A little far. We'll see what happens. So as I expected, I went a little too far. Long circle 2-putt.
Hole 4, par 3, 211 feet.
The lake is out of bounds behind the basket. It's about 30 feet behind the basket. The tall grass is safe, but you definitely don't want to throw it in there. There's a lot of thorns and other things in there that aren't too pleasant. But this is a birdie you definitely like to get. Red basket right there. Normally the water is about 20 feet behind the basket. It makes for a very interesting putt, but the lake's dried up a little bit and I don't really need to worry about that right now. And I guess with the tilt, I'm gonna have to go over the top. So let's try it out. Haven't ever done this line before. Ew. 30 foot, maybe 40 to the left through all the woods.
Hole 5, par 3, 175 feet. This is an interesting hole. All of the tall grass on the right and the woods behind the basket is out of bounds. Also, this blackberry patch bunker right in front of the basket is out of bounds. So you have like a 20-foot landing zone that you have to throw in if you want to get the birdie. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to lay up. This is the tiny landing zone you have to hit on hole 5 because all of this stuff over over here is out of bounds. Everything behind the basket over there is out of bounds. And all this is out of bounds. Hole 6, par 3, 223 feet. There's a gap straight in front of me, right in the middle of the screen. That is where you want to throw the overstable mid-range and have it skip left and finish the basket. The basket is just to the left of that tree standing out from the rest on the left. So if you're really risky, you can go over the top and try to play plinko and just see what happens. Here is the mouth on hole 6 that you throw into to attack the basket. It's going to be a very difficult hole to throw with the tilt. I'm probably just going to have to throw like way up there over the top and crash down left of the basket, get myself like a circle 2, cut through the woods or something. Actually got a really good roll, so I could be putting for birdie. I've been filming this video by setting my iPhone on top of this ladder right here. I'm gonna have to get myself a tripod sometime soon because it's fallen off like 4 times. A lot closer than it would have been. There's another birdie, that's good. Alright, so the next couple of holes I'm probably just going to stop narrating and play some music and maybe take a couple of slow-mo shots and just let you guys enjoy.
Alright everyone, so that was the front 9 at my home course. I'm currently sitting at 2 under par with a 25. And guess what? It has started to sprinkle, so the conditions are getting much more unfavorable. However, we're going to keep going. Hole 10, par 3, 235 feet. There is a very low ceiling off the tee, so you've got to disc up if you want to get a good attack at the pin. There's a road directly behind the basket, and on or across that is out of bounds. And there is also a grenade line at the top for the adventurous. I think I'm going to try a grenade and see what happens. See if I can tilt the camera up there to catch this shot. I think it's like 60 left, maybe 20 short, 60 left. Still, I think a better place it would have ended up than if I had thrown it. There's the grenade. Probably take me a couple minutes to get this down, and then I'll be back on track. And if there's one reason why you don't want to throw a grenade, that's why. This is ground level right here, and I was on that beam right there. Probably about 35, 40 feet high. Anyway, back to the game. We'll see how that goes. So, about an hour later, I finished hole 10 with a par. Hole 11, par 3, 194 feet. Just a pretty dead straight shot with low ceiling, and you have to clear this one tiny bush that's right in your way at the beginning. If you do that, miss all the trees and get down there to the basket for a putt. Flex forehand is the most popular play on this hole, although some people have tried to pair it with the backhand successfully. Hey, we'll be putting. Hole 12, par 3, 205 feet. This hole is a very big dog leg to the left.
you want to start fading right before that structure right there and get a big skep about 40 feet to the left. There is also a spike hyzer line, which is what I will normally throw, but if you can throw straight, then that is your line. This is your approach shot. This is an extremely tight gap that you have to hit if you want to pick up the birdie.
This should set up pretty nicely if I could just execute. Yeah, about 30 short.
Hole 13, par 3, 157 feet. This is a very strange hole. You have two options. You can either throw down this line right here with a zone or zone type disc, skipping off to the right and giving yourself a certain par, or if you want to get greedy, you can go over the top with a big spike hyzer forehand. This is at the bend in the hole. There is a fence on the right that you can see. Anything over that is out of bounds. That's one of the dangers of the spike hyzer route. And then if you go this way, then you have a straight shot. You can even give it a run because there's a fence that's behind the basket that'll stop all your discs. So it's really just a matter of choice on this hole.
And we are left, which is good. Should be able to get an easy par. This hole has given me a lot of birdies and a lot of bogeys.
Hole 14, par 3, 222 feet. The basket is straight ahead on this hole, which is the hardest hole in the course with a UGIST average of 4.0. So there are really two options on this hole. You can either go for the straight backhand line with a shot that has very little fade, or you can go with the aggressive forehand and hyzer through the right gap. But you want to keep it straight at all costs. Over the fence behind the basket is OB, and if you get off the fairway on this hole, most likely you are taking the bogey.
And honestly, I am happy to lay up. Well, there's one way to get your average back up to 4.3 on a hole. Drop speed back to 2 under for the round.
Hole 15, par 3, 247 feet. This is most certainly a two-shot par 3. I have actually only ever birdied this hole one time. You want to throw a straight shot that skips left through this gap right here, and then the basket is way up there, and I'll show you whenever I get to the bend. This is where a decent shot lands on hole 15. After this, you just want to throw another stall hyzer that crashes down left, and the basket is right there.
I'm actually going to get greedy here for you guys. I'm going to go for the birdie. Well, that's as close as where I was whenever I made the 90-foot putt, so we'll give it a shot. I also forgot to mention that this fence right here blocks a ton of skips, and I'm pretty sure I hit it and rolled back this way, but it blocks a lot of skips and putts. I'm gonna have to throw this one really high, and hopefully it'll stall right in. And nope. There's a par. I'll take it.
is our hanging basket. Hole 16, par 3, 187 feet. These first two trees are a double mando. You must go in between them. And then you want to keep a very low shot because of those branches right there. You want to fade about 20 feet in front of that structure, and the basket is just to the left right there.
I also forgot to mention that there's a very low ceiling on this hole.
Hole 17, par 3, 238 feet. This is a new hole on the course. You want to throw a straight to slightly turning over putter or mid-range through this gap. Miss that one tree right in the middle there, and continue about 100 feet in that pattern. The basket is right there in between those two trees. The approach shot on hole 17.
This is a slight curving anhyzer, and the tilt is going to probably, I fear, come up way short. Yeah. Yep, about 40 feet short. The hole's about 240 feet, so. Yank that one.
We are at hole 18, the final hole on the course, par 3, exactly 200 feet. This is a turnover shot. The forehand line is a little bit pinched, so turnover is a better play. You want to go just in between this gap right here, between the trampoline and the tree, and get down there with the birdie to finish your round.
I'm going to go ahead and finish out this hole on film, but I'm going to go ahead and give the outro now. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned so you don't miss any more videos. There's a couple rumors going around that I might be doing a laser tag disc golf battle soon. So, thank you guys for watching.